Sagittarius, I'm hearing that you are very much seeking the experience and the encounter of that which serves you in a way that is understandable to you. In other words, you're looking for something that is, I hear the word resonating with you. And that means that you will have to work on what has to be set in place for that resonance to take place. Sagittarius, this is your collective reading. This is the Arcana Veil. Let's have a look. We have Virgo. Could be a placement. Could be someone. We have retrospect, review, digest, and this one came out. Ring. Here we are looking at a process that is going to be taking place for you that relates to how you would process what it is that you're looking for. Remember, you're looking for something that can resonate in a particular way. You're looking for something that can mean a process in going forward. Now, in a relationship, the same thing would apply. You would want someone to treat you in the same way you treat them. This is what I'm seeing is coming through here, and in order for you to have that, you're now trying to understand where you stand with regards to that person. If this is not in a relationship and it may be something to do with your personal self-development, then the same thing applies. Investigate where it is inside of you that feels to be needs a little work here or there. It needs to be digested a little bit more. Review back, retrospect. What is important about Virgo is that the Virgo expression in itself, not so much the sign itself, but the expression, well, once in a balanced space, like most expressions are, provides an ability, a gift, to be able to ascertain and analyze something without losing oneself in those details. And that is why this is coming up for you. You're being shown that that is part of your personality or your presence or your energy that can come through here very clearly. We have the ring here as a point of reference in terms of what it is that you seek to have. Excuse me. That can alter or add to your life. Perhaps some of you are here to want to know if the person you're with will eventually propose to you, and the information says yes, it will happen, but maybe there's more work needed to be done. And if you tell me it's been there for many years, then perhaps it's a re-communication that needs to resolve what needs to be digested in the first place. Let's have a look for you on the tarot. We have the Five of Pentacles here. These two came out. We have the Seven of Wands here, and we have the Eight of Pentacles coming out here. We have the Sun. The Hanged Man. Okay. We're looking at a specific perspective. A perspective that gives you a precise understanding, because you're using the X-ray eyes that Virgo has. There's a gift inside of your pathway to be able to analyze what it is that you're looking to experience that can come through for you. For some of you, I'm picking up that there's definitely a focus on financial abundance. There's a focus on trying to ascertain what works, what has been working. Some of you are taking your Yeah, your stocks, your trade, whatever you've made, your abundance, you're taking it with you and you want to multiply it, but you need to have a very clear mind in order not to get tied up into things because of the fact that you need it. So in actual fact, you believe that you need to make more because of certain circumstances or something that's happening in the reality around you. And perhaps that is something that needs to be removed out of your space, out of your thoughts. 7 of Wands here over the heart space, suggesting you got your fire arrows back and you are ready to move towards that process where you are now able to digest what it is that you have had endured. So because you are in retirement, for some of you, not all, of course, you are analyzing, can you make more in order to have a greater turnover? I hear that. Now, as I said, I'm not a financial analyst or any of those things, a medical profession, provider, whatever you want to call it. In actual fact, you should take tarot or the reading of it as purely for its meaning of the soul, and because you have free will, and therefore you can decide how you take the information in place. But the energy says here, if you believe you need to expand more on what you can earn financially, it can be something beneficial for you if you approach it with a pragmatic mindset. If you are here to understand about a relationship, then the same thing applies. Pragmatism, non-critical eye, needs to observe and digest what have you learned so far while being with certain things X, Y, or Z. And coming out of the solution here, obviously showing for you the pathway, is the sun, brilliant, glowy, radiance over your consciousness, over your experience, your expression, where you are then met with a place of restitude. I would call the Hanged Man a place of restitude in the meditative space, standing up, or upright, excuse me. And in this nature, we're seeing that there's a lot of things that are coming through to the surface, a lot of things that need to be addressed of the self. Let's have a look and see in the shadows here, or the underworld. We are looking at the Fool. You see, you're already on this journey because you have been initiated through the moon that we had, the Pope, the Hierophant, under the 8 of Pentacles here. Okay, I'm taking this one and putting those two back. We have the 5 of Swords here. Or maybe I should just take them. But they come out for a reason, obviously. So I will turn them over. We have the 4 of Vessels there. And it actually kind of makes sense because we've got the hubris, the actions that feel like they sometimes don't matter, and you have to work harder at them and then it doesn't work. Sometimes you get people like that are so difficult you can't go through that. It could be something in you that that does not need to be in that space, The 5 of Swords here underneath the 7 of Wands, indicating that you are standing out for your abilities in order to be able to use your pragmatic mindset, your eye, to understand the experience that you're going through, the encounters of challenges perhaps from others, and helping you to ascertain the fuller focus on where you're going. And we have the 4 of Vessels here under the the sun. Did I moon? Because you had a full moon, Sagittarius full moon, that delivered beautiful gifts to the reality of human consciousness with regards to the blue moon and so on. And it has had its revelations for many, because it certainly has had an impact on your life. very clearly here. We're seeing that what once was understood or you thought was ego is really a point of rest in your higher state of consciousness, because you may have applied your egoic natures as hubris so that you could adapt yourself to that particular situation or circumstances. Excuse me. You have obviously a lot to say about that, and maybe you haven't been heard yet. We have the Star as the outcome for you in this week, where you are ascertaining all of that energy, all of the influences, and bringing them back up again for review. You are reviewing yourself, re-reviewing yourself, not according to Garb or John or Judith, but you are reviewing yourself for you, yourself, and what you can do. And it's very, very clear here that I can see that you have very much done that, because it is in your nature to have this exact, precise view. And it is a gift to have this, to be able to not get tangled up with things that don't belong to you. You started off with the Fool here, new journey, having the introspection for a long time internally, the Pope, Hierophant, and then finally taking back what's yours. And what have you taken from that was the Four of Vessels, which is definitely the path of Ruberu, the red of the alchemical process, where a lot of things can become coagulated. Blood has its power in terms of its meaning, its lineage. Some of you could actually expand your bloodline, so to speak. I'm talking about families now. So Sagittarius, this was your reading. I hope this has given you some inspiration and some guidance. This was the Arcana Veil. Until next time.